Mr. Will McCoy from the MHSAA. Welcome to the BCAM podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Mr. McCoy, tell us what a great educational athletic experience should contain.
In my opinion, I was an AD for about 12 years, and what I always tried to make sure I included was the entire student body, right? So the student sections, pep bands, cheerleaders, pom teams.
Yeah.
I think a full range of activities where it includes as many students as possible. I mean, whether you win or lose, right? Winning is fun, right? Losing, nobody likes to go to those games. But as long as the team is competitive and you can include as many student athletes or as many students as you can that aren't playing the game, I think attributes to a pretty good educational athletic experience.
The MHSA and BCAM have such a great relationship.
I agree.
At BCAM, our vision is that every team across the state of Michigan has a great coach. And I know that we share a lot of values. Can you tell us a little bit about our relationship? Tell our audience a little bit about the relationship that we have.
So I think I've mentioned this often. I'm director for football and also director for basketball, and I inherited from my predecessor, Nate Hampton, two really good relationships. One with the Football Coaches Association of Michigan and the Basketball Coaches Association. And I think that's a testament to Dan Young and his predecessor, Nate Hampton, me and my predecessor, where I think we understood that we need each other. I think it's important to have continued open lines of communication, always be honest with each other, but understand the other person's role and the other side's role and how that can help your organization, whether it be the input from the Basketball Coaches Association to MHSAA and vice versa. Dan's a great guy. You did the whole board for BCAM. You guys do an awesome job. And I think what needs to be highlighted as well is the operation that BCAM runs. I mean, I go to national events quite often and just sit back and listen to my colleagues that do this job in other states. And some of them talk about the horror show that it is, the relationship they have, and how much they don't get along with the Basketball Coaches Association in their state. So, again, I'm just fortunate that we have great working relationships. I think we understand that in order for us to make change here, positive change in our state as it relates to basketball, that this relationship is vital.
Very well said. Very well said. So you have a storied resume. You're a veteran, a former official, former head coach, former athletic director. All those experiences go into your job. Tell us a little bit about what each coach, principal, participant at a game, student athlete should know about officiating.
Man, I don't know if we have enough time for that answer. I think the best way I can answer that question is there's a perception that the officials have a vested interest in who wins.
Yeah.
And, to be quite honest, I'm a longtime official at a really high level in football, and I'm even guilty of falling into that, as it relates to the teams that I root for, right? I'm watching the game, and I get frustrated with the game official. So I think as a fan, it's something that to be expected. But I think my message to spectators, fans, principals, ADs, coaches, is that officials really just want to do a great job. They want to do the best job that they can, and don't think that they actually really care who wins or loses. They're just trying to do a great job. I know, and it's hard to separate yourself from that. It's hard to not think that there's some sort of conspiracy and, they made this call because of X, Y, and Z. As an official, we really don't care who wins. We just want to make sure we get it right.
Well said. So lastly, our theme is networking. Tell us a little bit about the power of networking and how that plays a role in your job and how that might help others, coaches, student athletes, etc.
Yeah, I think the easiest way I can explain that is I've had several opportunities in my career to do things from, whether it's working for the NFL in the replay booth with the Detroit Lions for a few years, my current role here at MHSAA, football officiating, being able to make it to the Big Ten level in football officiating, and all of those opportunities. There is not necessarily a place where you can go apply, right? There's some jobs, hey, if I want to work at this place, I know where I can go apply. I fill out my resume, I fill out the application, I go get an interview. A lot of the opportunities that I've been given come from networking and word of mouth, right? I know someone who would be a good fit for this job. Will McCoy, I know him. He does a great job. You should reach out to Will and see if he's interested in that job. Those opportunities come from networking.
Right.
Who you know, who knows you. And the last thing I would say is for young people who are trying to progress in whatever field they are, everything doesn't have to be attached to money. Mm. So a lot of times now with networking or with internships or with some sort of the volunteer people have gone away and everybody's looking for money. And the relationships that you build sometimes, whether it be you're the team manager or you're volunteering to help out with X, Y, and Z, those are great opportunities as well to get to know people, to learn, to put yourself in rooms with people that your face can be seen and that your name can start ringing out there. So that's what I would say. Just don't always be looking for, if you're interning, don't always be looking for something attached to money. Interning is a great networking opportunity, even if it's not being paid.
Will McCoy, thank you for joining the BCAM podcast.
Thank you.